in Edo State for the past 2-3 governments. We lament year in, year out over the deplorable state of the road from Benin to Okene and even to lokoja. We notice at a point they will do 1 kilometer, they will jump 3, they will do another kilometer, and the result is that over time, I couldn't even join my brother senator during the last campaign because the roads were impassable. Subcontractors seem to have worked well, others seem to have just taken the contract and went to bed. And we did make appeal to the previous government. We had a lot of promises, but as they say, promises are cheap, but what matters is action. Like His Excellency, the Honorable Minister of Works said, we've had to cry to Mr. President, who had listened to our cries, that first, we need to be able to go home. Our people need to be able to travel. We need to be able to campaign. But beyond campaign is that we need our people to, in times like this, when this government is determined to bring renewed hope, people need to see the evidence of that, to be able to move freely, both in commerce, for social purpose, economic purpose, etc., etc. And we are happy that through the person of the Honorable Minister, the President has given us existing years.
And so we allowed the existing carriageway to be on asphalt, and then reviewed the new carriageway to be on concrete. So being satisfied, so we went through the process of notifying BPP, and then from there we went to FEC. And graciously, I think on 16th, FEC approved. And so we are in the process of signing an addendum to the contract. And so I'm going to bend backwards to do what we had said we would not do. That when a project has been mobilized, we'll not remobilize, but we're going to be remobilizing the contractors after they sign the addendum to collect 30% to fast track, this project, and also fast track, our commitment. And so I went through the project again. I think about 12th to 14th of this month. And when I came back, I couldn't use my legs and my waist for 2 days. It was terrible. And we were passing through villages. And my worry is, in particular in Okbela, what happens during the rain? Because a stretch of over 12 kilometers is better to go on a boat than to go on a vehicle. So we had to avoid the route we were called to inspect, and we had to now escape through, the village. And that was very, very sad to us. So we noted that section. We came to also a point, and of course the road transport workers have blocked the road for about 7 days. So summary is that I came back and I briefed the president. But let me commend BUA, PLC very highly, because on their own, they had indicated to do about 30 kilometers of the road under tax credit. Mr. President has approved that BUA PLC should do 30 kilometers of the route in 3 different locations, multiplied by 2, and that's 60 kilometers under tax credit. And we procured, that. I'm sure by tomorrow, the PAM secretary, very hardworking PAM secretary, will be sending the document to BPP, having been approved by Mr. President. We are excising this 30 kilometers at 3 locations, and that's why these contractors are here. At the Dantata, so, and that is at Eboma. We're excising 10 kilometers by 2. And also at Awuchi end, Awuchi by, the road that you tear up to Urumi, where you have your bridge, where you have that your bridge. Is it correct? Yeah, that flight. So front and back, we're excising, 10 kilometers, And let me say that Engineer Buago is the one in charge of this special project, of NMP's tax credit. And then also at Okbela, the Okbela section, we have the Bua and Dangote Cement, the companies are located there. And so you can't pass there. It's difficult to pass. So not only are we doing this road, we also put in a solar light, all through the road, putting also drainage, over there. We'll be sending the funding gap to Mr. President to send to National Assembly. We have to find the money because the NMPC projects are very critical projects, and they are being well constructed, they are ongoing. And so we've agreed with the director that is going to meet with the contractors and agree on which critical section this 6 kilometers is going to be. And let me announce that we are very serious about the timing of our projects. We no longer allow contractors to determine how long they stay on site. We have to demand for timetable, and we have to work according to the timetable. Let me also use the opportunity to talk to those who are selling steel. The cost of reinforcement is out of order. The dollar has come down, and I commend Mr. President very seriously and the CBN governor. They have done the magic, and it shows that God is with this administration. And so why should prices that went up during the unfortunate criminal boom of the dollar, why should it not come down? And so I'm taking that complaint to Mr. President. Those who are selling reinforcement must bring down their price. This is very important because we need reinforcement in our concrete works. And so whereas cement is coming down and Bua is here, it has to come down to what Mr. President directed.